This is the PLS Professional Lock Series Grade 2 Passage Function Lever. If you purchase one of these from lockpeddler.com, you're going to need to know how to take one off and put it back on. So I'm going to show you how to do that step by step. Step 1, we're going to go ahead and remove this lever. There's a little hole here and there's a little retainer pin. The lever comes with this little hole punch. You just simply press in on that retainer and pull the lever out. That's step 1. Step 2, grab this bevel and rotate it counterclockwise and then just pull it off and set it aside. Now step 3, you'll see there's a screw here and a screw here, and that's all that really holds this particular plate on. So we're going to reverse these two screws. And then set this plate aside, and we'll go on to the next step. Okay, step 4, we're going to remove this plate, and it is also held on by just two screws. So we're going to reverse those real fast. And we're just going to set this plate aside. Okay, step 5. There's nothing holding this lever in at this point, so we're going to rock it up and down and from side to side and just pull gently, and it'll pop right out. Now the next step, remove this latch. So this is step 6. Just simply remove the two screws, and there you have it. Now I'll show you how to reinstall. Step 6, we're going to remove this latch, held in by two screws as well. Set that screw aside. And there you have it, just slips right out. Okay, first step of reinstallation, we're going to install our latch. And obviously, if the door is closing that way, you want the latch to be facing that direction, or vice versa. So if it's going to be closing this way, then definitely face it so it's going to close correctly. But for this demo, we're just going to show it closing this direction. And it just simply goes on with two screws. Now we'll move on to our next step. Okay, a couple things to be aware of on step 2. This little lip right here and this little lip here. The lever will line up and hold itself in position with this lip here and this one down here. And this lip here and here actually controls the motion of the latch itself. So when the latch is actually engaged, this little plunger will pull back. It's important that these lips fit together correctly. This is, of course, the plunger lip here, and this is the part that will actually hold that latch into place. So you want to make sure that everything lines up correctly when you go to reinstall. And just like that, you want to test for operation. Your latch is correctly operating, and then go forward from here. I'll show you step 3 now. Okay, step 3, we're going to install this internal ring and make sure our screw holes are vertical of each other. And we're going to finger tighten these internal screws, top and bottom. Now I use a drill gun for this, but you can just use a simple Phillips head. We're going to go ahead and tighten these down. And now we're going to move on to our next step. Okay, step 4, we're going to go ahead and install this particular internal ring, and this has a clock spring in it. So you want to make sure this post is actually facing away from the latch. And this just secures with two different little screws at the top and the bottom. There's one. There's two. On to the next step. Okay, step 5. You can see right here there's a little channel, and on this plate there's a little divot. Just simply line that up, push it till it's flush with the door, and then rotate, and then that'll keep that on there. Now on to the last step. Okay, step 6, just simply install the lever by pressing in. It has a little lock spring retainer, and as soon as the lever goes on, it locks it into place. And just like that, that is how you install the PLS, or Professional Lock Suppliers Grade 2 Passage Function lever set, available from lockpeddler.com.